Peter Durante Tommen is best known for overhauling the PC port of Dark Souls with DSFix, a texture mod that made significant visual improvements over the vanilla version of the game. Though there is, as of yet, no DSFix 2, Durante has been hard at work on his latest mod, the ambitious GDOSA 2, or General Downsampling tool. The tool enables games to run at ridiculously high resolutions and then downsamples them to a super crisp 1080p. This is only the beginning, however, as the mod also adds a handful of options for improving Dark Souls 2's overall appearance. The most noticeable change comes from the post-processing option. This is the equivalent of color correcting the entirety of your Dark Souls 2 experience. Colors become deeper and more vibrant, and contrast is markedly improved. With post-processing enabled, Majula feels like a sunset-drenched abandoned village instead of a drab gray clearing with a few buildings. This effect alone is worth grabbing GDOSA 2. The mod's anti-aliasing toggle makes little difference when downsampling, no matter how hard you push it, but it's useful for running the game at lower resolutions that create jaggies and other visual aberrations. Otherwise, it's probably just sucking up some of your resources and should be disabled. The depth of field option adds blur to objects proportional to their distance from your point of view. This is comparable to the effect of a camera lens set to a wide aperture. Though some may find it odd to consider the blurring of objects a visual improvement, shallow depth of field lends Dark Souls 2 a cinematic feel and renders backdrop elements in a dreamy haze that adds to the mystique of Drangleic. The ambient occlusion option defines how exposed certain elements are to the ambient lighting in an area. Enabling ambient occlusion adds a touch of shadow to the edges of objects and gives a lifelike appearance to the finer details of the world, such as stonework, statues, flora, characters' clothing and armor, etc. This effect is resource intensive, so if you're just barely pumping out a stable frame rate, this may be the option to disable first, but it is a nice touch if you've got power to spare. Durante's GDOSA 2 is an impressive mod that renders the PC port of Dark Souls 2 its definitive version until DSFix 2 comes out. And for the love of God, will somebody please give Durante a job on the next Souls game?